And his highly anticipated speech in Saudi Arabia was well received. He called on the Arab and Muslim world to unite with the U.S. to fight terror. Here is a little bit of that speech.
America is a sovereign nation, and our first priority is always the safety and security of our citizens. We are not here to lecture. We are not here to tell other people how to live, what to do, who to be, or how to worship. This is not a battle between different faiths, different sects, or different civilizations. This is a battle between barbaric criminals who seek to obliterate human life and decent people, all in the name of religion. This is a battle between good and evil.
President Trump continued on his international trip today by visiting Israel, and he became the first sitting president to pray at the Western Wall in Jerusalem, one of the holiest sites in Judaism. And the author of The Art of the Deal says his next task is to broker peace between Israel and the Palestinians. And that brings us to our poll question today. Can President Trump broker peace between Israel and Palestinians? Vote in that poll right now, u2america.com, or you can download the app for your smartphone if you haven't already. Also trending today, snowflakes are melting as summer is coming. Several snowflakes who were graduating from Notre Dame this weekend walked out of their graduation ceremony just as Vice President Pence was invited to the podium to give the commencement speech. Watch.
Board of Trustees, distinguished members of the faculty, my fellow honorees, guests, grandparents, parents.
We're going to talk to a millennial coming up who is embarrassed of his generation, and I'm going to ask him if he thinks they'll ever grow up. Also trending today, a viral video from Canada from Stevenson Fisherman's Wharf, and this video has me wanting to shoot the sea lions. Watch. He's like, I'm bigger than you. Oh my god.
No.
Oh my God! Oh my God! Right.
Up next, more on the Manchester terror incident and on Trump's trip to the Middle East. Stay put. Great show in store for you.
How do you open tough jar lids? Do you try this one? Or this one? Or how about this one?
Honey?
This is the future. Shouldn't there be a robot for this by now? There is. Introducing RoboTwist, the robotic jar opener that easily twists off even the toughest lids. Just set it down, press the button, and watch it work. First, the RoboStrong vise locks down tight. Then the powerful twisting action unscrews the lid. Even the toughest stuck jars don't stand a chance. RoboTwist is ideal for seniors and arthritis sufferers. But let's face it, even the strongest of us sometimes meet our match. RoboTwist has the muscle you need. And there's no job it can't tackle. That fat jar of gravy? Not a problem. How about that sticky jar of jam? RoboTwist gets it done. And it also has the finesse to handle delicate jobs too. That's right. Whether the jar is big or small, RoboTwist can open them all, and it's compact for easy storage when not in use. So don't blow a gasket trying to open tough jar lids. Stop wasting time trying techniques that never work. Just set it down, press the button, and watch it work. This is the future. Go order your RoboTwist today. RoboTwist is yours for the special introductory price of just $19.99. That's right, the robotic jar opener that easily twists off even the toughest lids. All for just $19.99. Whether the jar is big or small, RoboTwist can open them all. Supplies are limited, so don't delay. Here's how to get yours today.
To order your RoboTwist for only $19.99 plus shipping and handling, call 1-800-761-7157. That's 1-800-761-7157. That number again is 1-800-761-7157.
You may not be a prepper now, but you will be. Whether the next disaster is man-made or wrought by Mother Nature, you need a plan. WiseFoodStorage.com's emergency gourmet meals are made in the USA, delicious, easy to prepare, just add water, and packaged and proportioned perfectly, eliminating waste and creating a shelf life of up to 25 years.
Get your free sample now, and for a limited time, save 20% during our pre-summer sale. Call 800-218-8130.
This is important news from the Diabetic Supply Line. If you, a friend, or a family member has diabetes and you have lost your supplier, or if you need a supplier for your diabetic supplies, you may qualify to get your diabetic testing supplies now with little or no out-of-pocket cost, regardless of your age. To be potentially eligible, you only need Medicare or private insurance. Call the Diabetic Supply Line now. Operators are standing by to take your call. Call now.
Are you behind on your mortgage? Is the bank threatening to take your home? Is your house underwater because you owe more than it's worth? Are you considering trying to get a loan modification on your own? Did you know that less than 5% of people who tried on their own actually got a modification? At the Mortgage Modification Helpline, we know the rules and regulations banks don't want you to know about. And we've helped thousands of people stay in their homes. Are you struggling to keep up? Are you past due on your mortgage? If so, we can help. It doesn't matter if you have bad credit, been turned down, or if you're currently getting the runaround from your lender. The call and consultation is free, and it only takes a few minutes to find out if we can help. So call the Mortgage Modification Helpline today, and let's get your loan modified into one you can afford. Call 1-800-564-9351. That's 1-800-564-9351.
I love a small town world. I love a country girl. I love a Friday night. Man, love is alive.
Welcome back to America Trends, coming to you from sunny Southern California. And I know you want to be in the club. That's the Dr. Gina Club. You can go to drginaclub.com. Get us on the go on demand. That's drginaclub.com. Now, trending right now, as you know, terror in the UK. An attack at an Ariana Grande concert in Manchester, England, has left 19 people dead. Explosions were heard, and the total number of fatalities has not yet been confirmed. The cause of those explosions is not known at this time, but police there are treating this as a terror attack. Here with me now to discuss, international attorney and terror expert Jennifer Breeden. Jennifer, thanks for being with us. Jennifer, what do we know about this attack in Manchester, England, at this concert, obviously full of young people? Why would the terrorists pick this venue?
Well, what we know so far, as you said, the deaths aren't confirmed yet, the casualties. The numbers have ranged anywhere between 19 and 23, with over 50 people injured. It happened in a public place. It's likely the lobby area of the arena. But police are now investigating this as a suicide bombing. So if we know that this is a terrorist attack, the terrorism squad came in. Normally, if somebody's still on the run, police are going to say that, look, so the suspect is still at large, everybody go inside. They haven't said that, and now reports have just started coming in to say that this was likely a suicide bombing. There are nail wounds that have been found in people, so likely a bomb that had shrapnel, nails, things like that. But absolutely horrific. You asked, why would they target something like this? Ariana Grande, this is a young 22, 23-year-old singer, American singer that, is outspoken, has a lot of teenage girl followings. But basically, this type of event embodies everything that, radical Islamists, that ISIS and people like that they hate. This is a Western culture. This is the ideology. These are these women that are empowered, that are emboldened, especially singers, famous people such as Ariana Grande. But in the same event, this is an arena that holds about 20,000 people. And so it was probably one of the biggest events the city had seen, and with that many people in such a close quarters.
But, I've been at so many huge events with tens of thousands of people. Most notably, I guess recently would have been the Republican National Convention, where we had to go through, all of the bomb detecting equipment. I'm sure they had to go through that there. How do you suppose this person could have gotten this bomb into the arena?
Well, this happened actually at the end of the concert. So I thought about the same thing that you did. A lot of times when we go to these massive events or these public events, towards the end of the event, they're going to stop checking these kinds of things because they think the night's kind of over. And this didn't happen in the actual arena. It happened, they said, in a public place. Was not outside. Those reports haven't been confirmed as of yet, but it was likely in the lobby area. That's the place where you just walk in. You're not going to go in the venue. And so as concerts are dying down, the lights had already even just been turned on. So this was pre-planned, pre-positioned after the concert was over, where they weren't going to be checking bags or things like that. They were just going to be tearing down and cleaning up. This person probably walked in and detonated right in the lobby area.
The last terror incident we remember in the UK was the Westminster Bridge attack just a couple of months ago, Jennifer, but that attack seemed to fade away in about a 24-hour news cycle, and just like most stories do today. Are the people of the UK going to be emboldened to root out terrorists in their own country after this? And what needs to change there to make them not such a consistent target?
Well, I think that's a great question, and I think it actually will. Obviously, at the end of the day, this is all going to rely on the news media. So, for example, in this incident tonight, we had for about an hour, the BBC was concluding that this was a balloon that popped. That's what they were saying about this event that turned out to be a devious, deadly explosion. And so this is all going to depend on the news media there. But in terms of the people, one thing that I saw, reports were coming out, hundreds of people in the city, in Manchester, the city, the surrounding suburb area. People were saying, listen, if you don't want to go home, if you're scared, I have a kettle of tea, I have TV, I have a drink, we can sit, come on over to my place. There were hundreds of people all over Twitter, social media saying, if you've been at this concert and you don't want to go home, my place is a couple blocks away, come on over. And so what's going to happen now is because of this, yes, you had the bridge attack in the UK that went away from, public minds. And sometimes these attacks only affect a few people. But this attack now not only affected thousands, this arena holds over 20,000 people, thousands of people, but now you had hundreds of people in the surrounding area saying, come to my house. So now you have people that are traumatized. Even if they weren't victims or even if they weren't hurt in this attack, they were completely traumatized by this. They're going to be sharing their stories with whomever's homes they went to. So you can really see the suburb area kind of, binding together around the people, the victims, the people that were at this concert. And I think that's really going to make a change in these hearts, because nothing changes people more than a firsthand account of exactly how this felt, the blood that they saw while they were leaving, things that they saw, things that they felt, that they witnessed. That's going to cause a stir in people's heart. But again, just like in the United States, you have London, which is a major US or a major UK city, just like we have New York, DC, and LA. But then Manchester is more of a suburb area. It's a smaller city. And so you might see a lot of the people that are already kind of fired up about this, but now they're going to have these firsthand traumatic accounts.
Sticking to that same subject, Jennifer, terrorism, President Trump addressing terror on his first international trip as president. And here's a little of what he said in his highly anticipated speech to the Arab world.
America is a sovereign nation, and our first priority is always the safety and security of our citizens. We are not here to lecture. We are not here to tell other people how to live, what to do, who to be, or how to worship. But in sheer numbers, the deadliest toll has been exacted on the innocent people of Arab, Muslim, and Middle Eastern nations. This is not a battle between different faiths, different sects, or different civilizations. This is a battle between barbaric criminals who seek to obliterate human life and decent people, all in the name of religion. This is a battle between good and evil.
Jennifer, how did he do in the Middle East?
can say on that. The speech was incredible. The reception has been incredible, but I think some of the quotes you just captured right there, amongst the others in the rest of the speech, just really outlined exactly what they needed to hear. Not only did he refer to them as barbaric criminals, but he also alluded to the fact, and he stated that they're acting in the name of religion, but they are barbaric criminals. That's a great way to point that. And the way that he framed this discussion, he stated many times, drive them out of your mosques.
Yeah.
That's
Put the responsibility back over on them, exactly where President Obama never put it. So I guess we'll continue to watch as he continues on this tour. But we always appreciate your expertise on these matters, Jennifer. Thank you for being with us.
Thanks for having me on.
Up next, we're going to check in with a millennial on the snowflakes melting down at college graduation. Stay with us.
Cleaning the tub is a backbreaking chore, and you can scrub your tile, but it always needs more. There has to be an easier way. From the makers of the best-selling Hurricane Spin Mop comes the all-new Hurricane Spin Scrubber, the new cordless and rechargeable power scrub brush that cleans faster and easier. Even these dirty old tiles are no match for Spin Scrubber, blasting right through the grime, sparkly and clean every time. It makes quick work of calcium, soap, and hard water stains, clear and clean in seconds. The secret is the rotating brush spinning at 300 RPM. The incredible torque can bust through any caked-on crud with ease. So forget harsh chemicals. Now restore the shine and luster to any surface in a flash. Get your Hurricane Spin Scrubber today for just $39.99. Plus get your shipping absolutely free. And you'll never need batteries because it comes with the latest rechargeable technology. Plus, we'll even guarantee it for a full 10 years or your money back. Forget bending and straining to clean the tub because you'll get this extension pole free. Now you can easily reach down into the tub to power away stains or into the shower to clean moldy grout and tiles. Even clean those areas you couldn't normally reach. And we're not done yet. You'll also get this free Soft Flex cone brush that fits perfectly into corners. There's no easier way to get faucets sparkling clean. Also use it to blast away the burnt mess on cooktops. Even get into tiny crevices on the fridge door, or best of all, those hard-to-reach shower door rails. Plus, there's more. We'll include this extra-large flat brush free. Use it around the rusty sink drain, or to bust through dirt on the shower floor. And there's no better way to power through the oven door grime, so it wipes off in no time. All 3 brushes easily fit in this handy storage bag. Yours free, but hold everything. Call right now and you can get a second set. Just pay separate fee. Plus, get your shipping absolutely free. Order now.
Call 1-800-701-4859 to get your Hurricane Spin Scrubber. Call now or go to spinscrubber.com. So call 1-800-701-4859. That's 1-800-701-4859. Call or visit spinscrubber.com now.
My name is Blair Underwood. 3 years ago, I started taking Omega XL as a part of my daily healthy lifestyle routine. It's changed my life. I'm here to share my knowledge about this amazing supplement. Omega XL is a natural omega-3 product that is very effective at reducing pain due to inflammation. I rarely endorse any product, but Omega XL is different because it works.
Omega XL is effective at relieving pain and the symptoms of inflammation, including swelling, daily aches and pains, back pain, and swollen joints.
Oh, I'm not weighed down by the burden of pain. It's changed my life. Omega XL, it works.
Start taking this product and you're going to be really happy with the results.
When you're in pain, that's all you can think of.
Omega XL offers a 90-day money-back guarantee from the date of your first order. Call now and you'll receive a bottle of Omega XL absolutely free with your first order.
You don't have to accept living a life with pain.
Call now or visit us on the web.
All the way from sunny Southern California, 32 million homes speak for themselves. Our poll question today: can Trump broker peace between Israel and the Palestinians? Vote in that poll right now. U2America.com or use the U2 America app. It's available for your Apple and your Android devices, and you can download that if you haven't done that already. Now, trending today, it's graduation season for sure. Oh my goodness, are you getting all the graduation invitations that you can't attend in the mail also? Snowflakes, though, melting as fast as summer is coming. Several snowflakes from Notre Dame graduating this weekend decided they would walk out in the middle of the ceremony as Vice President Pence was invited to the podium to give the commencement address. Watch.
my fellow honorees, guests, grandparents, parents.
Kind of a measly effort. All right, well, are these graduates ever going to make it in the real world? Here with me now from the Millennial Post, Josh Gramillion. Josh, good to see you. What do you think of these graduates walking out of their graduation at Notre Dame when Vice President Pence began speaking? Did you feel embarrassed?
Yeah, being a millennial, it was embarrassing watching people around my age walking out while the vice president is speaking. I mean, he took the time to go over there and speak, and I'm sure the speech wasn't that long. I didn't get to listen to all of it. I'm sure it was a great speech, but I think it was just, showing the utmost disrespect when it comes to just walking out on a speech like that. And it's just, it's a huge embarrassment.
I don't sometimes know, honestly, if Democrats even know what they stand for these days. We saw Maxine Waters struggling recently in an interview to give any sort of platform for her party other than really hating the president. That's not really a platform for success, though, but why not?
I don't think that, she doesn't know, when she's on TV, she doesn't know what she stands for. And this is a repetitive thing that I've seen. When she gets on TV, she stutters. She doesn't seem to know what she's talking about. And when it comes down to it, all she and the Democrats are for is trying to impeach President Trump. And rather than serving the people who elected them, they're just trying to divide their party even more and, not do the work for the American people that they were elected to do in the first place.
Well, we've seen Tom Perez and other Democrat leaders resort to cursing in their speeches to try to get their point across. And then over the weekend, you may have seen the outgoing chairman of the California Democrat Party apparently leading the crowd in an F Trump chant, I guess, with the middle fingers raised in the air. This is just lacking in class and lacking in real resolve to change anything about their own party, though. Is your generation catching on to this at all?
I think so when it comes down to it. I mean, I didn't even hear about this until I got the email earlier and saw the article that y'all sent me. But it's ridiculous to see what the Democrats are doing. And, it's just, if Trump supporters were doing this, if that were one of the, say a Republican were up there and they were giving the middle fingers and chanting, F Hillary if she were elected, we'd see absolute outrage. But of course the media doesn't, they don't mention a word about this. And it's insanity. I mean, the Democrats are absolutely losing their minds when it comes down to it.
And why do you think that is? I mean, what do you think it is? I mean, the Democrats have lost elections before. Josh, why are they losing their mind this time?
I think because for this election, they were just so, they just thought that Hillary had it in the bag from the beginning. And Trump came out, won the thing, and he won by a lot. And I think that just took them all by surprise. And they still can't overcome the thought that he's our president and is going to be, hopefully, for the next 8 years.
But I mean, before that, during Obama's tenure as president, they had lost more than 1,000 seats on the state and local level, Josh. Then along came, of course, the election of Hillary. And even beyond that, all they can talk about is a Russia conspiracy theory in the face of losing major ground with the American people. I mean, people love to quote statistics and say that Trump is somehow in trouble. But the reality is that if the Electoral College were still in place, President Trump would win the election again resoundingly.
Exactly.
So they're still losing, and yet they haven't even done the mea culpa. They haven't taken a look in the mirror. They haven't identified a leader of their party. They have no clue who they're going to have as the next presidential candidate. If you had to advise them, just in the capacity of speaking for millennials, Josh, what would you tell them?
I would tell them that we all just need to work together and come together behind President Trump, because that is the only way our country is going to move forwards. From the Democrats, we've just seen constant divisiveness and hatred speech and just things that are dividing our country. And, President Trump is overseas right now. He's in Saudi Arabia and Israel today. And he's doing so many good things over there. And it's like, why can't they focus on that? Why can't they see what he's doing and how hard he is working for everyone in this country, not just Republicans, not just for Democrats, but every person, regardless of your religion, background, political party, no matter what it is, he's in this for us, the American people.
And they still continue Russia, Russia, Russia. We know
Yes.
this every single day, despite the fact they have
I'm sick of hearing it.
Yeah, I think all of America is sick. I think America is
Yes.
tuning it out. And the reality is, Josh, that the media has sort of lost ground with the American people too. They have the lowest popularity or lowest trustworthiness, rather, way far lower than any president ever had. And yet they persist with this mantra, even though they're losing money. Can you explain that?
I think it all goes back to even the media was thinking that Hillary had the election in the bag from the beginning, and they're still so shocked that Trump actually won the election. And, I think they were saying that 89% of the coverage since President Trump had been elected has been negative. And I feel like the positives of President Trump's administration so far highly outweigh the negatives, of his administration to this point.
Don't they need to at least find one thing to be happy with? Because, you can't just be Chicken Little, the sky is falling all day, every day. We hate, we hate, we hate. Meanwhile, professing that you're the party of tolerance all day long, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it's like, as Donald Trump Jr. once said, he said that the liberals and Democrats love the First Amendment until you say something that they disagree with. And when you say something that they disagree with, they go nuts. They can't take it. They just don't want to hear it.
And so it really seems like not much is changing and pretty much staying the same, which I think ensures great victories in 2018. I really do. I've never done so many guest spots in my life, Josh. You probably feel the same way, where I am advising the Democrats as if I'm a Democrat strategist, because everyone wants to know why the heck the Democrats can't pull it together.
Their party's just imploding right before our eyes.
It really is. You can't fix, I guess, you can explain it to them, you can't understand it for them. That's where we are,
Exactly.
Josh. Josh, thank you so much for being with us. We appreciate you today.
Thank you for having me.
Coming up next, we have a popular leftist commentator that says the real snowflake is Donald Trump. We're going to get commentary on that and a lot of other things as we continue to follow the president around the world and the Democrats down the Russia tubes. Stay here. More American Trends coming at you right after this.
Hi, Mark Gill here for the Samurai 360, the round knife that gives you perfect control so you can slice, dice, chop, and cut. It's perfect control with just one roll right in the palm of your hand. The revolutionary blade rotates 360 degrees, making cutting anything a breeze. Look, we all have a drawer full of ordinary knives that are dull and hard to control. But the Samurai 360 blade is razor sharp. The blade stays in constant contact with whatever you're cutting. It cuts as you roll forward, it cuts as you roll back. It'll save you a ton of time in the kitchen.
It dices, it cuts, and it cuts your food prep time in half.
And because you grip the top of the blade, you always have maximum control, so you can be incredibly precise, slice after slice.
I have arthritis, and when I'm using the Samurai 360, it's not challenging, and it doesn't hurt my wrist.
The blade is made of stainless steel and honed to a razor-sharp edge. Plus, the Samurai 360 is dishwasher safe. We've even added a blade brake to stop the roll. Now we're talking perfect salad control. Look, tomatoes, mushrooms, spinach, onions, all in one bowl. With the Samurai 360, that's how I roll. Simply release the brake and the blade spins again, so you can speed through scallions, power through carrots, and safely cut perfect slices of chicken and steak, because when you roll, you're always in control. Call or go online now to get your Samurai 360 with the protective cover for just $14.99. As a bonus, we'll also include this non-stick pastry blade absolutely free. But to make this offer really stand up, we'll include your bonus countertop display stand at no extra cost. But I'm not stopping there. We're going to give you a second Samurai 360 for a friend or family member. Just pay a separate fee. You get it all. A huge value for one low price. Call or go online now.
Everyone's talking about reverse mortgages nowadays. Well, it's time for the facts, not the hype. A reverse mortgage is federally regulated and insured to protect you. You can choose lump sum payments or a monthly schedule. And yes, you still own your home. Call us with your questions. We'll answer them with facts, not hype. And we'll mail you our free booklet that covers important information in writing, like age requirements with or without a spouse, out-of-pocket costs, and how to navigate smoothly through the application process. No, you don't have to go online to a website. Call us. Speak with an experienced reverse mortgage advisor for an honest, no-obligation assessment of your options. Whether your retirement plan isn't covering your expenses or you're ready to shine up your golden years, now it's easy to get the facts, not the hype, and make an informed decision. Call now.
Call 1-800-998-4480. That's 1-800-998-4480.
You got that dream, daydream look in your eye, and I got that red lip classic thing that you like, and when we go crash.
Here at America Trends, we only cover what you say is trending in your head. You can hashtag Dr. Gina, and you know that what you say matters becomes our show each day, like this. A video from CNN went viral over the weekend. We call liberals snowflakes a lot here on this show, as you know, and of course on social media. But Van Jones turned the tables, and he decided he'd call President Trump a snowflake. Can you imagine it? Here you go.
Interesting is a different Donald Trump. When he ran, he was this tough guy. This guy's going to get things done, this great negotiator. He was Trumpzilla. He was going to make Washington, bow down. He was going to drain the swamp. Now he's President Snowflake, okay? Everything he said, oh, they're mean to me and they don't like me and I just don't understand it and it's not fair.
Here with me now with Reaction radio talk show host and entrepreneur extraordinaire, Rusty Humphries. Good to have you in my studio.
You look so lovely today, all pink and pretty and pink.
I'm
yes.
very pinked out. Yes, my daughters were teasing me, calling me Barbie.
Yes.
And I'm sorry, I like pink.
You like mini Barbie, though.
I unapologetically like Barbie. I like pink. Never mind.
Rusty, the things I could say.
Gosh.
Van Jones is a tough guy now. Do you like that? Oh, man, he's all tough. Yeah, Trump's a snowflake. I'm bad.
Well, wait, when's he going to
Jones.
come to the defense of the victim, Donald Trump? Because he supposedly loves victims, right? He's always defending people as victims.
Well, when he got fired from the Obama administration, he probably thought he was a victim there, too. Remember that?
Yeah.
When he was a 9/11 denier?
Yes.
Yeah, that had nothing to do with them.
Yeah.
Muslims. That was Bush.
Well, Rusty, these people getting away with this over and over again, I mean, just having such a double standard. We've seen the statistics. We know that they have trashed Trump a million times more than they ever did to Obama or certainly to Hillary either. It's as if they are coming unhinged because they're losing money doing this.
Here's the good news. The good news is that Americans aren't that stupid. There's a lot on the left that are that stupid. But the more they continue to be unhinged and psychologically deranged, the more Americans are going to go in 4 years are going to go, man, those people are crazy. I don't have anything to do with them. And so the more unhinged they are with Donald Trump, I think the better it's going to be for them.
Well, it continues on into Hollywood, as we know. We've seen this over and over again. Right at the moment, there's an interview with Robert De Niro from USA Today. He has a new movie about Bernie Madoff, and he says Trump is a con artist worse than Bernie Madoff. Take a look.
Because this guy has debased the presidency. It's beyond laughable. It's like everybody, he conned a lot of people. But what always amazes me that he's such a bad con artist. Bernie Madoff was a guy that was low-key, and I make no excuse for him. What he did was deplorable, awful, monstrous. But Trump is in your face every day doing something that's absolutely, what kind of word can I use? He's just a slob. He's a pig.
When I think deep thinkers, when I think somebody goes really right down to, something on the intellectual level, Robert De Niro pops right to mind.
Doesn't he? Yeah.
Here's the secret about Hollywood. People always go, why is it the Hollywood actors are so liberal? It's actually kind of simple. When you think about it, they go into acting class, right? And you're taught, okay, get in acting class, okay, be an omelet. And so they go and they flop on the floor and they be an omelet. But there's a reason that the acting teacher tells them to do that. It's because they want to strip away reason and logic. They want to take away the thought that I'm an omelet and make you feel like an omelet. So when you take a look at liberalism, and again, this is why the best actors are nuts, because they're not using any reason and logic. It's all about feelings and emotion. It feels good to hate Trump right now. And you take a look at Saturday Night Live. It's not funny. Alec Baldwin isn't funny as Donald Trump. It's hate. Hate is the new humor. That's what's changed right now. And, the madder you can be at Trump, the more you can hate Trump, the funnier you are or the smarter you are, according to the left.
But there's a lot of people out there that don't agree with that. I mean, there are people out there right now.
They don't have to agree with it. They're wrong, but they don't have to agree with me.
They're watching this president who is making this historic trip. He's the first president to stop and pray at the Wailing Wall, and I believe Melania did the same thing. This is historic. Yeah. And yet they're talking about nothing except Russia, which there is no evidence of.
You know what's interesting about the Western Wall? A lot of people, it surprises me when I go to Israel, and a lot of people don't know in America what the Temple Mount is and why the significance. And they'll say, well, it's just a Jewish thing. Why should I care? There's some real great significance for Christians of why the Western Wall and the Temple Mount is so important. The Temple Mount is where the temple that Jesus walked when he was a little boy, when he turned over the money changer tables. That was the temple. When he said that no stones would be on top of each other, it was going to be destroyed. That was the temple. Then right on top of the temple, that's where they built that beautiful golden dome, the Dome of the Rock. The Rock was where Abraham was supposed to sacrifice Isaac. Unless you're reading the Quran, that's where he was supposed to sacrifice Ishmael. And that's the holiest of holy places. And so that's why that area is important to not just Jews, but Christians and Muslims as well. But it is very significant that Trump went there. And the other thing I thought that he did great was he didn't have Netanyahu go with him because he made it so that it wasn't a political statement. He went there as a religious statement. And I thought that was a beautiful gesture.
It was interesting because there were several statements that I found fascinating. I thought that Netanyahu's comments about this president and about America, he seemed almost giddy. Yeah. And I remember just a couple of years ago watching Netanyahu function as the leader of Israel and thinking, I can't imagine America ever having a leader like that again. But we do now, and it seems that there's great respect between these two men. But the real question we are all asking, the embassy would be nice to be moved, and that's one. And there are other things that we'd like to ask. But the real question it really comes down to is, can the author of The Art of the Deal negotiate between Israel and the Palestinians? Can he actually accomplish something there or not?
Well, the one good thing about Obama being an idiot is that deal with Iran was so bad that everybody in the Middle East is going, oh my God, this is horrible, because ISIS, they're more affiliated with Iran. They are Shia, and most of the Arab world are Sunni. And those kings over there going, I don't want to lose my cushy gig. And so now they're all working together going, hey, if we don't work together with the Americans and the Israelis, they're coming after my gig, and I don't want that to happen. So that's what's going on over there. They're scared to death. And so, there is a chance, because finally, the enemy of my enemy is my friend. Right. And everybody's enemy over there right now is Iran, and they got all kinds of cash.
But even if you strike a deal like that one that you're talking about, where it's about enemies of enemies, can that hold?
I've been to Israel. I've been there 10 times, and it's interesting. People, they'll say, well, we want to go back to the 1967 borders, and Americans, again, we don't know what that means. I'll make it easy, though. And that is, if you ever want to go to Israel, and you ever want to go to any of the holy places that Jesus went, the Church of the Holy Sepulchre, the Garden Tomb, the Western Wall, you can't go. 1967 borders means you can't go to any of those because the Muslims won't let you go. And it's right in the middle of town. And so, it's very important that this happens. I think that it could hold. Palestinians don't have a lot to do. To sit around and bitch and moan and eat pizza and drink coffee and complain about everybody else.
Rusty Humphries, everybody. Stay with us just a moment. We'll be back.
The fabric in this bulletproof vest is so strong, it could stop a speeding bullet. And this biaxial braid fabric is so strong, we decided to build a hose out of it. And here it is, the brand new Pocket Hose Brass Bullet. This new exclusive biaxial braid outer sleeve is a soft fabric with no seams to tear or burst, but so incredibly strong it can stop these trucks dead in their tracks. And the re-engineered thicker inner tube is our toughest yet. Just turn on the water and watch the brass bullet inflate and expand to a full-size super hose. And the full-size 3/4-inch diameter gives you a powerful stream. Then when you're done, turn off the water and it shrinks back down to a lightweight pocket hose. Look at that. It's squeezing itself dry. No winding, no coiling, no muddy wet messes. This new brass bullet hose will never tangle or kink. Never. No matter how hard you try. And look, I'm like really trying. It comes with tough grade solid brass connectors and the no kink connector protectors that help eliminate leaks. It's guaranteed to last a lifetime without leaking or kinking or your money back. And the Pocket Hose Brass Bullet stores away with ease. Here's your 50-foot hose. And here's our 50-foot brass bullet. So toss out that dirty old beast and buy a bullet. Get the incredible 25-foot Pocket Hose Brass Bullet today for only $19.99. And you'll also get the Turbo Shot Jet Nozzle free. Just give a twist to go from a pinpoint spray to a fine mist to full power. Hold on, order now and you can double your order. Just pay a separate fee. The incredible Pocket Hose Brass Bullet for $19.99. Toss the old hoses away and grab a brass bullet hose today.
Call 1-800-587-1052 to get your brass bullet hose. Call or visit brassbullethose.com. So call 1-800-587-1052. That's 1-800-587-1052. Deluxe version available. Order now.
Hi, I'm John Florell, the Fuller Brush Man, knocking on your screen to bring you the best products you've ever seen. Introducing Roto Sweep, the hard floor sweeper from the Fuller Brush Company. It's a rotating broom with its own dustpan that puts the power to clean up any mess right in the palm of your hand. With no cords, bags, or batteries to recharge, as Roto Sweep rolls across the floor, it gobbles up more and more. Whether it's wet or dry, you gotta give this a try. The secret are the triple rotating brushes that loosen, lift, and channel the dirt and debris right into the onboard dustpan. Call or go online to get the original Roto Sweep for just $19.99. The original Roto Sweep is from the Fuller Brush Company, making quality products you've trusted since 1906. Call or go online right now, and we'll also include this handheld Roto Sweep. It's yours as a special bonus, just pay a small fee. Call or go online to buyrotosweep.com to get yours.
Hotline bling, that can only mean one thing. I know when that hotline bling.
All right, welcome back. Time for the fastest segment on television. It's our Dr. Gina Rapid Fire Round, where we zip through the topics that you say are trending. We invite your favorite guest, and you can nominate that guest by tweeting us using the Dr. Gina hashtag. Joining us now, syndicated radio talk show host Amanda Head. Amanda, good to see you.
Hi, good to see you.
The world's first RoboCop starting to work this week in Dubai after being unveiled at a security expo over the weekend, Amanda. This robot is even designed to recognize facial expressions. Can you imagine getting a ticket from one of these? I mean, as if you aren't mad enough when you get one from a real police officer. If it's a RoboCop, I don't know.
I feel like the brutality against RoboCops is going to be way worse than regular cops because, Gina, as you know, with online and social media bullying, when people get behind a keyboard, they are far more apt to insult you and try to hurt you. And this thing is enabled with a tablet within its hardware so that you can pay tickets and such. And I hope that this robot has really great balancing technology because I feel like just like when people are behind a keyboard and they get really ballsy, when people are up against a RoboCop instead of a real cop, they might get a little aggressive. The plus side to this, though, and if this weren't going to take jobs away from our law enforcement officers, I would be all for fully integrating RoboCops into our police forces because, yeah, they speak six languages. They can recognize facial expressions, but with all of the racial accusations against police officers that's been plaguing departments lately, you can't really cry racism with a robot. So, well, I don't know. They probably will find a way. But anyway, it will probably be less likely. So let's give it a try.
All right, well, I know that you are a big festival girl, Amanda, so you're going to love this one. Several of Britain's larger music festivals actually working on an agreement with local police to allow attendees to test their illegal drugs at a booth before taking them. Obviously, safety first. What do you think?
Well, if by being a festival gal you mean performing at them, yes, I don't get down in the dirt and do that. This is kind of like the gun control thing. You're not going to get guns away from people, so make it safer. People are going to take drugs into these types of festivals, so if you can make it safer. I mean, look at last week in Times Square. The guy who ran through that crowd of people was on synthetic marijuana, which is just a cheaper version of the drug, but it's very dirty. And so I think that this is going to prevent a lot of possibly injuries and maybe even deaths. But you know what? At festivals, they charge like $25 for a 12-ounce Pilsner. If they weren't charging so much for alcohol, people might be more inclined to actually just drink at the festival than bring their own drugs in.
That's a good point. All right, well, it was a scary day at the beach yesterday, just up the road from here in Orange County. Swimmers and surfers were told from a sheriff's helicopter flying overhead to get out of the water because there were 15 great whites swimming along with them. I think this is aquatic terrorism, and I've taken to the blogosphere to write about this because I really think that something needs to be done about this. Human life is going to be lost here.
Except that sharks are very close to the endangered species list. There's like a hierarchy. It's like endangered in the wild, vulnerable, and then it goes down from there. But they are considered vulnerable, so I don't think we can eliminate them like we can terrorists, hopefully. But I actually have some friends who are getting their scuba license right now, not literally right now, but this week down in Laguna. So I'm actually kind of scared for them. But this kind of makes me think of, because, if you've got scuba tanks on, it reminds me of that, I think it was Jeff Foxworthy talking about his kids trying to stick their fingers in sockets. This is like sharks like biting a scuba diver with an oxygen tank. Go ahead, stick your finger in that socket. You won't do it again. So
yeah, I'm still all pro shooting them. 5 billion species have gone extinct, and I really don't care if we have sharks or not. I don't care. I think we should shoot them. And honestly, there's not much I feel more strongly about. But anyway,
it might throw off the balance of our aquatic ecosystem.
No, it will not. 5 billion, right? That's right. 5 billion extinct animals, and our ecosystem's doing just fine. That's the lie of the left. We have to be so careful to battle back at that. But anyway, sportswear may be getting a sci-fi makeover soon as a team from MIT is working on living clothing that uses real living cells to help the fabric breathe. I think that's just creepy. What do you think?
At first, when I heard about this, I'm like, ew, living cells. But when you think about it at a cellular level, we are actually wearing living cells all the time. We have bacterial organisms on our skin. We have bacterial enzymes in our stomach. Look, if it makes me cooler and it brings a better breeze, I'm all for it. That's fine.
Well, just when we thought we were being spied on enough, German scientists have found out how to construct 3D photographs of a room only based on the Wi-Fi signal being emitted from a router or a smart device. These things are getting creepier and creepier because with this technique, you could be photographed even if there aren't any actual cameras there.
Yeah, I'm definitely not smart enough to talk about this intelligibly, but it sounds a lot like sonar imaging, which if you have ever gone fishing, you know what that is. It sends out a sonar signal and it bounces back to you. I'm assuming that's what this is, using wireless fidelity instead of sonar. It's not advanced enough for them to actually make out anything specific. The resolution is still very low. So it can make out a person sitting on a couch or standing at your door, but it can't really make out like specific features or, small objects on a desk or something. So at least we've got a little bit longer to keep our privacy.
The Democrat Party losing steam for a while now, and last month's DNC donations spell it out by the numbers pretty well. It was the worst April of fundraising for the Democrat Party since 2009, while the Republican National Committee received over double their normal donations. There you go. Bringing it close to $10 million in April alone. These numbers have to be pretty good to tell which party people have their faith in right now, right?
This is like rats abandoning a sinking ship. This is what happens. We just had the DNC convention here in California 2 days ago, maybe.
Right.
and the head of the DNC here in California was actually yelling F Donald Trump.
Right, so mature.
This is the level of lunacy, and it's gotten to the point where middle Americans, formerly Democrat middle Americans, no longer really identify with this extremely far left progressive Democrat agenda. So, I mean, it doesn't surprise me at all.
All right. Well, Amanda, you and I very rarely agree, but I'm going to suggest that you Google Gina Loudon and Shoot the Sharks, and that you read my piece on my strong argument, I feel like, as to why these sharks need to be shot.
Listen, if somebody gives it the pass and says, okay, look, I'll be the first one out there with my 7mm .08 and try to take it out.
I trust that. I trust that you will. But see, nobody's going to give us the permission. We're going to have to argue for it. We're going to have to shoot down all of their arguments about the ecosystem and other things.
Maybe this is an ignorant, a better to beg forgiveness than ask permission situation.
Ooh.
We can just be like, oh, we didn't know.
Thank you for being with us, Amanda Head. Coming up next, your poll results. Stay right where you are.
I know when that hotline bling, that can only mean one thing. These days, all I do is...
You may not be a prepper now, but you will be. Whether the next disaster is man-made or wrought by Mother Nature, you need a plan. WiseFoodStorage.com's emergency gourmet meals are made in the USA, delicious, easy to prepare, just add water, and packaged and proportioned perfectly, eliminating waste and creating a shelf life of up to 25 years.
Get your free sample now, and for a limited time, save 20% during our pre-summer sale. Call 800-218-8130.
How do you open tough jar lids? Do you try this one? Or this one? Or how about this one?
Honey...
This is the future. Shouldn't there be a robot for this by now? There is. Introducing RoboTwist, the robotic jar opener that easily twists off even the toughest lids. Just set it down, press the button, and watch it work. First, the RoboStrong vise locks down tight. Then the powerful twisting action unscrews the lid. RoboTwist is yours for the special introductory price of just $19.99. That's right, the robotic jar opener that easily twists off even the toughest lids, all for just $19.99. Whether the jar is big or small, RoboTwist can open them all. Supplies are limited, so don't delay. Here's how to get yours today.
To order your RoboTwist, call 1-800-761-7157. That's 1-800-761-7157.
Lugging your things up and down the stairs is a real hassle. Well, not anymore. Now there's ClimbCart, the new and innovative folding cart that climbs stairs with you. So instead of lifting, you simply roll the ClimbCart upstairs with little effort. So now you'll finally get a break hauling that laundry upstairs. Or add our jumbo-sized carry bag. Now bringing multiple heavy bags of groceries into the house is simple. Whether you're going upstairs or down, the ClimbCart gets you around town. Then the lightweight, sturdy frame folds flat and stores anywhere. As part of this special TV offer, you'll get the ClimbCart and free carry bag for the low price of only $39.99. But hold everything. If you order right now, we'll ship it to you free. Plus, all of today's orders come with our 10-year guarantee, but you must call or log on now.
Call 1-800-580-3221 to get your ClimbCart. Call now or go to getclimbcart.com. So call 1-800-580-3221. That's 1-800-580-3221. Call now.
Now, the club for you. Watch U2 America on the go and on demand on mobile, desktop, Roku, and more. Never miss an episode of your favorite U2 America shows or American classic movies. Anytime, anywhere, for just $5.95 a month with a free trial to get you started. Go to u2america.com and join the club for you.
I can feel my face when I'm with you, but I love it,
All right, this is America Trends, where we always keep our finger on the pulse of America because we talk about what you're posting on your social media. So let's check out your poll results. Can President Trump broker peace between Israel and the Palestinians? And results are in, and 31% of you said yes. 69% of you said no, and here is what some of you had to say on social media about his Middle East trip. Joe Montoro said, most successful trip in 8 years by a president of the United States. First time in a long time we've seen the president treated with respect Behind the scenes talks about human rights and terror, not to disrespect the host, will help us and women in the long run. Sharon George said, Trump's doing great, and Melania is making us proud also. So true. And Art Martinez said, great, smiles in Israel are pleasing to God. They received a 150-year-old Bible from the Prime Minister and his wife. God pours blessings back on America. Nothing else comes together without the recognition and respect of the apple of God's eye. Amen to that. Thank you so much for those comments. Now, remember, you can always hashtag Dr. Gina. Let us know what you want us to talk about and who you want us to have back on the show. Now, before we go, the Democrat Party having a little trouble staying on message. They only seem to know how to be anti-Trump, and they aren't for anything that I can think of. I tried to help, though, the Democrats today on Fox Business, just doing my duty. Here you go. It's hilarious. You know, I find myself, more than anything, giving Democrats advice these days on how to win again, because they've completely lost track of who they ever were and who they are. And in the state they're in now, Liz, I don't see how they can ever win again, because winning requires identifying an enemy, and they refuse to look into the mirror to figure out who that enemy really is.
Yeah, to Gina's point, Danielle, I mean, this is not your parents' Democrat Party. You look at the Democrat platforms in every election since the 50s, they're about jobs, about economic growth, about reducing the size of government, the IRS, reducing the size of that. And it flipped in 2008. I mean, Maxine Waters here sounded almost as rattled as Debbie Wasserman Schultz trying to find socialism, but she couldn't, to Chris Matthews.
You know, I actually think that Dodd-Frank is a great example of what Democrats stand for.
Okay. Yeah.
I really do. I mean, she talks about consumer protection, the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau recovered $12 billion with a B, from credit card companies and other entities that were taking money.
That's the vision of the party? Is
the vision of the party is a strong middle class. A strong middle class, and I think that you're right, that Trump did a great job with economic nationalism, which has heretofore otherwise been the message of the Democratic people.
But Dodd-Frank hurt loan growth, which small businesses need to create jobs for the middle class, right?
I agree with you, actually. I don't think Dodd-Frank was perfect. It also was problematic from a capital perspective, but it protected consumers and it made sure that people who were giving you financial advice had your best interests at heart, and that's important.
All right, this weekend, outgoing California Democratic Party chair in California, in that state, John Burton, he used vulgarities, giving the finger to President Trump. Let's watch.
Now, all together, Donald Trump.
All right, we see increasing use of vulgarities by the Democrats. Is that the best they can do, Gina? What do you think?
It's interesting that Danielle agrees, about the consumer protection thing, and I think most of us would, no matter whether we agree that the Democrat tactics are good or not. But when's the last time you heard a Democrat actually talk about that? You don't. The only thing you ever hear are the Democrats talking about Russian conspiracy theories and how much they hate Donald Trump, when what they should be doing are two things. One is looking in the mirror and saying mea culpa to their voters who gave their time and energy and money to support them. And number two is looking for a dignified, credible candidate for the next election.
Danielle, is this a proud moment for the
All
Democrats?
right, we appreciate you joining us today, and I have a lot more to say on that topic, but we have to cut it short there because we are out of time. Join us next time here on America Trends with Dr. Gina. Thank you for watching and creating our headlines every day, leaving the mainstream media muzzled and confused. Until next time, you keep trending, America. Good night.
I can feel my face when I'm with you. My love.